Hey everyone. This week we're going to talk a little bit about quality in early childhood and where our profession is going. As always, I have my notes, so I'm going to look off screen every so often to make sure I don't forget anything. You can see I'm running myself in the bottom corner, and there's web pages here behind me as we go through and talk about a few online resources and some of the things happening in our area. So why is quality important in early childhood, and what makes a program quality? Hopefully you've seen a bunch of the materials in the goodie bag that are helping you understand what we mean when we say quality in early childhood and why it's important. Of course, we are educating young children and we are providing a service to families. So we want to make sure that we have the highest quality environments so that children can grow and thrive, as well as their families can feel confident that their children are with a caregiver that is caring, appropriate, loving, etc. So there's a few websites that I want to orient you to in this webcast, one of which is we call NAEYC, N-A-E-Y-C. For those of you that are not familiar, it is the National Association for the Education of Young Children. Really, really important body to be aware of. NAEYC is really our advocacy body federally, and there's a Colorado version as well. And they help influence policy. They help do research. They write position statements. They are the body that we look to around standards in our fields. They are, I guess a way to describe it is they're our national professional body. And so it doesn't matter what type of early education program you belong to, NAEYC is what you can look to for guidance. So they accredit early childhood programs. They accredit some of our classes at Front Range, including 101. They establish position papers about topics in early childhood, some controversial. They, again, like I said before, they do a lot of research, particularly around what is quality and what is effective teaching, what is best practice. And the NAEYC standards are really designed to go above and beyond basic Colorado licensing standards. So Colorado licensing standards are the bare minimum that you can do to have a program that can have children. NAEYC says, how do we take that to the next level and the next level? So you can see here on NAEYC, there is a lot of resources. There's membership options, individuals, programs. I have a program membership for my Head Start program that I run. By the way, I'm going to take a moment to let you know, I am actually in my Head Start office. I have a tapestry on the wall behind me in my office. I thought it'd make a nice backdrop for my video today. You can see there are lots of membership options. They have publications. You don't have to be a member to look at many of their articles. They have conferences that are phenomenal, so on and so forth. So one of the things I want to show you here is this accreditation. And in this section, you can do an overview. You can search for accredited programs. You can learn about how to become accredited for your programs. It is, it's a good amount of work, but it's work worth doing. When we talk a little bit more about Colorado Shines in a little bit, that's our state PDIS, Professional Development System. Being in an accredited NAEYC program can actually have benefits for programs that are looking for higher credential levels in Colorado Shines. So you'll also see here professional development and what they offer there. And they also offer information for families. So we're going to click here real quick on the families site. That's going to take a minute to load up. There you go. There's lots of great things on here for families. They have lots of articles that can help families. You see here a feature on Dr. Barry Brazelton, and I am very honored to have been at a conference where Dr. Brazelton spoke. He is well into his 80s, maybe even early 90s now, and was a real forerunner, pediatric doctor as well as researcher. But anyway, you can, further down, you can see here lots of great things that you can print and share with families, very family-friendly language. for sharing, which is really, really nice. A great, great resource. Now I'm going to jump over to the Early Childhood Colorado Framework. So we have this framework in Colorado that really talks about how we can move children towards the outcomes of being valued, healthy, and thriving in the community. And so this framework has been in process for years and years and years. It's sort of a living document. It continues to evolve. And it actually was developed, you can see a little small image here. It was actually influenced by the Head Start Early Learning Framework, which is a federal framework. And the state of Colorado took this and kind of tweaked it to meet their needs. So you can click here to find out the resources. I've already done that, so I'm going to go to my next tab, and you'll see downloads. The framework is in English, it's in Spanish. You can get posters of it for printing, PowerPoint presentation if you wanted to learn more about it and be able to share information about it with others. I've already downloaded the framework. You can see it here. Let me make it a tiny bit bigger so it fits the screen better. There you go. You can see it here. And it talks about our outcomes are access, quality, and equity. Here we have strategies for action to get to that, to get to this value that all children are valued, healthy, and thriving. And you can see here these concentric circles. They're based off of Yuri Bronfenbrenner's ecosystem approach to understanding young children. So, and all people, really. Everything starts with the child and the family at the center. And out from there, we have relationships, caregiver, teachers, other professionals, then the environments that they're in, always a multitude of environments. Some of them, their, religious community, the neighborhood they live in, the schools they go to, etc. And then the Colorado state and local systems that have an effect. And you see here on the outside of the wheel is all the way from prenatal through third grade, because that's what we cover in early childhood. So there's a lot of things that go into this. So an example of this is that a lot of workplaces are moving towards this breastfeeding friendly workplace idea, and creating that so that parents, mothers who are breastfeeding have a work environment that can support them, but also support their children. How can the early childhood program understand that? What do teachers need to know to support breastfeeding moms? What does the workforce, employers need to know, etc. So now I'm going to jump over to Colorado Shines. So this is the professional development information system for the state of Colorado. I'm already logged in. You can see that here. So this is what it looks like once you've logged in. You'll go to the page and you won't be logged in. So you'll create a login, and there's lots of resources on the website to make that happen for you. But once you get logged in, one of the important things that you'll want to know is there's a course catalog here with this little search bar, and this allows you to find courses. Some of you may have already taken courses towards your own professional credential, or because your school is working towards an accreditation. But there are lots of courses here. They talk about courses you can take in the community college system, like you're taking, but then there's also these online trainings, and you'll be asked to take some of those in this course. So aside from this, I'm actually going to log out real quick to show you what it looks like when you first get in. So, Colorado. So we're going to go to Colorado Shines. It wants you to log in, so if you don't have it, you can register now. But there are lots of great resources here for you, for families. They can learn more about programs. All programs have licenses. All licensed programs get a rating of 1 to 5 in this system. So families can actually search this system to find programs that have ratings and what those ratings are. Also, CCAP now, which is the Colorado Child Care Assistance Program, their reimbursement rates are now scaled based on where programs are in this system. So programs that have a higher rating, a 4 or a 5, will get a higher rate of reimbursement than a program with a lower rating, like a 1 or a 2. So level 1 is really basic. It's the most basic. It's basically just getting a license with the Colorado Department of Human Services Child Care Licensing Division. Then as the program moves up in quality and demonstrates that, as well as their staff work in this PDIS system and they hire staff with higher credentials, programs can move up the ladder. Programs like school district programs, Head Start programs, we are crosswalked in at a level 4, but in order to keep that, we have to keep doing work to show that we are high quality. All other licensed programs come in at a 1, and then they do various tasks to move up those levels as well. So this is part of our professional work as early childhood professionals, and getting credentialed is part of the work we need to do to demonstrate our professionalism. So this is, I'm just going to log in. This is, all people in here are evaluated on a point system. So you create a profile and an account, and you put information in here that allows you to demonstrate your professional credentials and where you are on that system. Moving up in the system can really help you get better jobs, higher paying jobs. So it's a really important thing to think about investing in. It's basically your online professional portfolio and will follow you everywhere you go. Programs, as I mentioned, start at level 1 and they can move to a level 2 with some work. And then to get to levels 3 and 5, programs are supported by Qualistar, where they can work through those steps to get to the higher levels. Just checking out my notes. So again, you'll be taking some of the courses throughout this class. There is also info here on many things. There's info on scholarships. There's credentials, getting your professional credential. There's lots of things in here, so lots of things worth checking out. See, there's scholarships. Everybody likes money for scholarships, especially when you're in school. So lots of great stuff here. I'm not going to go through this any further, but I would love for you all to kind of feel it out, check it out. If you're not in that system, start to get in that system, get familiar with it, because we will be taking some of the courses that are in here later on in this class.